abject failure of family reunion scheme to provide legal route is leaving children at risk of trafficking or even death. Children are being trapped in war zone as a result of impossible bureaucratic requirements imposed on one of the few legal routes for asylum seekers a charity has found. The government has championed family reunion process as a means for refugees to safely reunite with loved ones in Britain, but according to a new report by Refusal, a charity that supports vulnerable migrants, the scheme is not fit for purpose and applicants have been abandoned, leaving them at risk of trafficking or even death. Refusal said that when conflict broke out in Sudan in April 2023, it was supporting 14 people, all of whom could qualify to come to the UK under the scheme. But over a year later, 8 remain trapped there and facing extreme risk. Several are children who previously fled Eritrea, a repressive dictatorship that conducts forcible mass consecration of men and women and children. Conscription of men, women and children. 2 other boys saw a loved one killed when their home was raided and looted in Sudan. Some of the teenagers have now fled Sudan on irregular routes, with one boy detained in Libya and another accompanied child being trafficked to South Sudan and raped. Just 2 of the children who were in Sudan when conflict erupted have arrived in the UK, and despite closing its visa application center in Khartoum, the government has not agreed to waiver requirements for applicants to register their fingerprints and biometric information in person. Visa application centers are open and operating in neighboring countries, reads a Home Office letter. However, travel across Sudan is conducted at your own risk and under your own discretion, considering whether it is safe to do so. An Eritrean refugee living in the UK told of his desperate efforts to have his own 2 younger brothers, now aged 17 and 14, to join him. They fled to Sudan alone after their mother died and their father was seized by Eritrean authorities and were living in a refugee camp when fighting started. I made the family reunion application, but the Home Office was saying that there was not a place to test them for tuberculosis or a visa center in Sudan, said Yusuf. They said they could not take them. As the conflict spread, his brothers fled north from Khartoum and into Egypt, where they are living irregularly and face arrest and detention from authorities. They don't have anyone, and how will they survive? Yusuf asked. If the police find them asleep, they will take them back to Eritrea and they will be put in prison. They are still in this situation and they are very scared. Yusuf, who traveled to the UK himself as a teenager in 2018 and has since been granted refugee status, said he did not understand why these young brothers could not have been allowed on a plane to Britain from Sudan. The Home Office did not consider a request to bypass biometric enrollment for the children in October last year, and Refusal is now attempting to have them registered in Cairo. Yusuf said he would not stop his efforts to bring them to safety in the UK, adding, "I am the only person they have. I am the only one that can help them." That's very good of this Yusuf from Eritrea, trying all he can to help his 2 teenage brothers to come to the UK to join him, to be reunited with his 2 brothers after their mother died and their father was taken by force by the Eritrean forces. You see, sometimes that's when you read some of these things, you begin to understand that these people that actually are telling us that they are champions of democracies, they are not really champions of anything, because if after what these 2 teenage boys, this is the case that many refugees in war-torn countries are going through. If at this extent, the Home Office is still saying all this what they are saying, that they can't put these 2 teenagers in a plane from Britain, from Sudan to Britain, that means we have to ask ourselves a whole lot of questions, because this is an issue that a whole lot of asylum seekers in some neighboring countries are passing through when their loved ones have already filed for family reunion.